Hello and welcome back everyone, I'm Banana and this is Aurora 4X, our space strategy game. And yeah, we are back in our Sol system, our own system, with, well, the sun in the middle. And I got some really cool comments about the precursor and, you know, what this jump gate over there is. And some other really interesting things, because if you remember, I was talking about, I think, these two stars at 40 Eridani, well, B and C, which are, you know, this tiny one with a really, well, this big one with a tiny mass and this tiny one with a big mass. Did I say this right? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I forgot that we actually had real stars on, so this system actually exists. And I read up on it a little bit, and I have the luxury of having actually 3 monitors. And I have the Wikipedia page open on the side. There's quite some, well, there's not that much information actually on this system specifically, but there's quite a lot about Barnard Star and Lumen and Wolf 359, which apparently, well, is in a lot of fiction, actually. There's a fictional Star Trek battle there. To be honest, I am not a Star Trek fan. I haven't seen it. Maybe that's because I'm not a fan. If I watched it, I maybe would be a fan. But actually, the name stems from a German guy called Max Wolf, and he built a catalog, and this is just the 359th entry in this catalog, so that's why it's called Wolf 359, or Wolf 359 is actually a German guy, so actually you should say Wolf. I don't know, it's pretty interesting if you read up on these things. I like it a lot. And something has happened. We built the Windbag and the Chameleon class, not the Chameleon, it's the Changeling class, but 2 ships of this class, which are terraformers. So let's jump into a task group and go to the shipyard task group. Let's detach this guy, also the Windbag. Oh, whoops, I need to go to that, detach the Chameleon. And you know what, let's shove them. Now let's move them both to Mars, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Mars, there we go. Move to. The same for you. Where is it? Mars, move to. Awesome. And let's close this. Let's wait, let's say 5 days until they actually finish their moves. And then we're going to merge it into the terraformer task group, even though it's not really necessary, but I like to do that. Also, our jump survey group, our jump survey military ships over here have picked up the gravitational wave. The grav wave. It's not really a gravitational wave, it's just the name of our gravitational survey vessel that's picking up these jump points, or surveying these jump points. And also they delivered one of our what's it called again? Man, it's the first recording of the day. I'm really not in, well, in the whole mindset. It's the geological survey. Yes, the geological survey. The gravitation of the geological survey is currently surveying Wolf 359, and yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting star, actually. It's an M class. I tried to find that. You know, I have the stellar classification open on the other side, so you know, there are some. It's interesting. I mean, I like its astronomy, even though I don't really know much about it, as I've demonstrated last time. So hopefully we find some useful stuff on here, so we don't have to move a lot of minerals over there, because I'm still convinced that we should build a military outpost there. Should be a good one. So let's merge the task groups, because they just finished up. So terraformers, special orders. It's the Atlas. Atlas is currently at Mars, I think, delivering some goods. Let's move you over. And the windbag as well. Boom. Oh, need to click it again. And now we're going to delete the chameleon class, the chameleon task group because it's empty. And the windbag as well. Delete task group. Done. Awesome. So they're all currently just orbiting Mars and pumping nitrogen into the atmosphere, as we can see over here. Mars. Let's take a look. Now we have quite some terraforming stuff in orbit. 10 installations on the ground, 8.7 in orbit. And we're producing 0.0255 atmospheres of any gas that we just write in here per year. It'll still take quite some time until this becomes breathable, but you know, it's nothing if you go to astronomical scales. It's just a blink of an eye. It's just, yeah, whatever. So as soon as these guys get back to Earth, I think we're going to maintain them. They will undergo some overhauls, just to make sure that they are all, you know, in working order when we send them out again. Oh, yeah, well, I figured that they wouldn't take a month to get there. So let's go ahead and tell them to go to overhaul mode. Whoops. That one. We're going to detach this though. We're going to detach the grav wave. And we're going to tell it to go to Earth. Is it? Yeah. And you can't get... Oh, Earth. And you're going to overhaul here. And the reason why I detached it is this guy has a maintenance clock of 2.31. So it was out there for a very long time, and it will take quite some time to rewind the maintenance clock. And the jump survey task group 1, on the other hand, has only a maintenance clock of 0.17. So this won't take that long to, you know, to overhaul. And I would like to send them out a little bit earlier again. So that's why I chose to separate those guys. I think we can... You know what? Could you please... where are you? There we go. Could you turn off your sensors? That would be nice. Active off. Hopefully that will work. Let's go for a day here. Alright, let's see. Because these blue lines are slightly annoying. I mean, they're really useful, but I don't need them at the moment. And sure, I could just go here and go to display and turn them off. But I like to have them displayed as soon as my sensors are on. Ah, there we go, it worked. So that way I always... Oops. That way I always know, hey, okay, our sensors are on, they're displayed, we know that they are there. And if I... This way I'm sure that I know what I'm doing, or I have the right stuff displayed. Oh, look at that, a bunch of mineral packets getting shot at Earth. That's beautiful, beautiful. Slightly terrifying though, but still. So the Procurator is still running around trying to survey stuff. That's fine. I really need to take a look at our minerals though, because I kind of forgot where the good stuff is. Van Biesbroek though, doesn't look too shabby. Let's take a look at our mining system, our mines that are currently whizzing around in space. That guy doesn't have a mass driver, sucks. Callisto has a mass driver. Oh, I think we ran out of mines. Yeah, I remember. Oh, and I think I was kind of... Yeah, I was kind of mad that they set up civilian mines on Borelli because I wanted to mine that piece of rock. I want to strip mine it and take all the stuff. But I think we're buying, yes, we're buying their output, which is okay. So Antagon has quite some corundium, so we might want to set up at least 5 to 10 mines there. Is any of our... Is the Shani currently doing stuff? No, it's not. Great. So go to Earth, pick up some automated mines, move them there, unload them as usual, go back to Earth, and refuel. It's not that much, so let's just send 10 mines over there. Oh, wait a second. 9, repeat 9 times, of course. And then, while you're at Earth, pick up a mass driver and move it to, well, the location you were going anyways. Unload the mass driver and go back to Earth. Refuel. Great. So there is a lot of interesting stuff here. Are there any comets that we did not survey? Yeah, Brooks, McNaught, Russell, Halley's. I don't want to pronounce that. IKEA? 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 Zhang? I have no clue. Coming back, Swift Tuttle moving out, and Hale Bob moving in. Temple Tuttle and Stefan. Forget it. Just some are still not surveyed. Well, nothing to do but just go ahead and advance some time there. Also, I've been trying to render our missile frigate. I'm really trying my best to improve, you know, my drawing skills. I spent, I think, 2 or 3 months 2 years ago in summer, where I was really into drawing. I was trying to learn how to draw, and yeah, sadly that kind of fell off again, because, you know, summer was, I had, you know, a lot of free time. As soon as the semester started again, I had to work for university, so wasn't that much time again, and I kind of dropped off. And I forgot a lot of stuff. They're kind of, it's interesting. The problem is I don't have a feel for drawing. I need some rules, right? I need to learn rules of drawing and try to do stuff that way. You know, like a classic thing which is more of composition than drawing is, you know, the rule of 2/3, that if you have a picture, you're trying to get one thing in at 1/3, and the other, you know, the focus is in 1/3, and the rest is just there. Then you have, you know, try to edit the picture so that if you follow the lines, it will always try and bring you back to the main feature and stuff like that. So these are simple rules that I can follow, but I don't have you know, you could say talent, a lot of talent for that. So yeah, and mostly I forgot the rules. That's the problem. So Horizon's Edge completed the orders. Oh, that's good, that's good. You know what? Let's take a look at how much fuel you have left. Okay, that is a lot. Let's have you wait there, and let's take the Chump Survey group and move them to Wolf 359, or Wolf 359. I just keep on saying Wolf. It's just whatever. Move to there and join up with the other guy at this planet. Then we're going to Eridani and let our, you know, the mineral guy, the geosurvey, this geosurvey vessel buzz around, and we're trying to see what's there. Okay, so we can just leave and increase time again. But one thing that I just thought of, we need to... Oh yeah, they're done. The constructor, Chump Gate constructor ships. Did I spell that correctly? Now that I come to think of it, I don't think I did. Huh. Let me take a look here. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't. That should be an... Yeah. I'm an idiot. I need to rename the class. That's not a problem. Let's do that then. Don't know why I thought this... way better. You know that they're trying to build a dam at the jump point, so that's why I thought it's a nice name for them. Also, they're kind of, you know, a little bit more round and a little bit bigger. I mean, I know a beaver isn't really a tall animal, but you know, they're kind of, you know, fat. And these guys are pretty fat. So they're transporting a jump gate there, and they will build it in about half a year. Or pretty much exactly half a year. I think it's 300... No, it can't be. It's for 360 days. But close enough. Okay, let's build it. Now that the name is, you know, correct. Alright, and add the task. Boom, there we go. So we only have one slipway, so they can only build one at Franklin Industries Incorporated, but it's fine. And we kinda overdid it with the continual expansion here. I mean, 600, that's a gigantic thing. You guys might want to add at least another 10,000 tons. I think will take you 2 years. Yeah, I think so. I mean, most of our frigates are at about 11,000, so that's kind of okay. But I feel like, since this has just one slipway, sure, we can increase it, right? But I think the guy that has one should build the command ship, the guy that has 3 should build the, you know, the squad. And maybe this with 2 will build the, I don't know, some kind of, since it's the largest one, maybe they build the cruiser, because I think, or, you know, a carrier or something like that. Seeing that our battle task groups will have a command ship, that's, I think, somewhere in between from the size-wise. Then we have the frigates, which are most likely the smallest ones. And we get some cruisers or some kind of carriers, which most likely are the larger ones, the larger battleships. So I think a group of a battle group will maybe consist of about 5 to 6 ships, more or less. But yeah, that's just me thinking out loud. I'm not sure if this is a good plan or not. Didn't I wanted to build something. Oh yeah, the Cyclone class, right? These are our fuel harvesters. Did I show you the fuel harvester? I'm not sure. But you can see it here. It's the Cyclone class fuel harvester ship. It has about 20,000 tons. It moves at 2,500, 2,600, almost 2,600 kilometers a second. That's pretty good, I think. It's more than enough. It has 5 fuel harvester modules, so it produces 200,000 liters per year, and it has a fuel capacity of 1 million liters, so it takes 5 years to fill it all up. So I think that's pretty good. It's a commercial vessel. That's all well and good. And what I want this thing to do is to fly off to where is it? This is the one that I was looking for, and as you can see, I wanted either to go to Jupiter, even though that's not that much, or to Uranus, and Saturn. That's the one with the most fuel, well, second to Venus. I don't even know if we really need to build fuel harvesters here. They basically suck up the thorium and make fuel on their own directly from the planet. And it has to be a gas giant like Jupiter is. You can see if I try to create a colony on Jupiter, You cannot create a colony on a gas giant. So that's pretty obvious though, but still, you can directly harvest the thorium with the fuel harvester. So I'm not 100% sure if I want to do that now or later. But seeing that Horizon's Edge completed, it's... no... nothing. Oh, that's bad. That's a little bit disappointing. Yeah, well. Doesn't really matter though. We're going to leave it over there. And did I tell the jump group to move? Yeah, awesome. Okay, so as soon as they're here, we will move the Horizon's Edge to 40 Eridani, and I think I said Eridiani a lot, which I think sounds way better. But you know, that's not how reading works. Sadly, you can't just make up your own stuff just because you think it sounds better. Whoa! Oh yeah, that was a lot of auto assignments and shuffles. Some garrison battalions, some crew has been assigned, which is nice. Looks kind of good. Okay, we finished the mass drivers. That's also nice. Let's take a look at the log if there is something that we really need to look at. Nope, doesn't look like it. Nope, nothing. Great. I just looked at the event type. And you know, sometimes I miss deaths if one of our, you know, scientists or mainly scientists, sometimes our commanders, so civilian commanders, civilian administrators die, and then I miss it and we lose out on a lot of things. Because if a scientist dies mid-research, the research just stops. But you still get you get the credit for it. You don't lose the research points that you already accumulated. Anyways, I'm just going to ship the Horizon's Edge off to 40 Eridani, and I think that I'll see you in the next episode. So if you like what you saw, then please consider pressing the like button. It helps me out a great deal. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching, and as always, auf Wiedersehen.